So you heard that the world was moving towards AI, so you decided to build an AI project in your resume, maybe a chatbot with a RAG system inside it. Let me say something that may sound harsh to you. Your AI project is probably not impressive. Not because it does not work, it probably works perfectly. You upload a PDF, ask a question, and the chatbot gives you the reply. And maybe you have connected some agents inside it also to make it more impressive. A researcher, writer, reviewer. Maybe that could also possibly generate a good blog post. The problem is thousands of other students have built this exact same project. It is now available in almost all resumes. Recruiters are no longer interested by the fact that you use the LLM's API. They instead want to know whether you can actually build an AI system that is measurable, reliable, safe, and useful. Can your system evaluate retrieval quality? Can your agent recover from failures? Can you explain why multiple agents were even needed? How does your system prevent prompt injection? How can you trace what happens when your system produces a bad answer? In this particular video, I'll tell you 5 different projects that you can build in your resume which are absolutely impressive, at least for fresher to up till 3 years of experience. And if you add them in your resume, I can guarantee you that you have good shortlisting chances in many of the companies. For every project, I'll show you some in easy, some in medium, and some in hard. And for every project, I'll also show you how to make it differentiate from maybe thousands others who might have tried to build something similar. Let's just get into the video. So the first project, which is easy level, is document QA bot with RAG. Now Vivek, you just said that this is vanilla flavored, right? Let's understand it. RAG stands for retrieval augmented generation. The idea is simple. The model should not answer everything from its own internal memory. Instead, from whatever documents we have, we will pass it the chunks that might be relevant for its inference, and the model will generate with that knowledge as well. So suppose a user uploads a 100-page report, the system chunks it into smaller pieces, converts those chunks into embeddings, and stores them in a vector database. When the user asks for a question, you take out the relevant chunks out of the vector DB and send it to the language model to generate the answer. The model is asked to answer using those chunks only, and it has to cite where did it find its answer from. This particular project teaches you about a lot of things. Number 1, embedding, how does semantic search works, chunking, grounding, how to cite things correctly, context injection. These are very foundational skills, and I think every work that you'll be doing in the Agentic AI space probably depends on this. This will work if you build it, but it looks like every other student's project if you build it like that. To stand out, add evaluation harness. Create a data set with at least 20 to 50 questions and their correct answers and relevant sources from the passages. Then measure the retrieval hit rate. In simple terms, when the user asks a question, did your retriever actually find the relevant chunks containing the answer? Compare maybe multiple different chunking strategies, maybe fixed choice chunking versus semantic chunking, all these stuff. What if you allow overlaps in chunking? Then put these results in your README for your GitHub repo, and it will be a phenomenal demonstration that you can build. You can have lines like semantic chunking improved the retrieval hit rate from 71% to 86%. Note that these are numbers that impress recruiters a lot in your resume instead of having plain vanilla simple sentences. Now you can even add a re-ranker and measure whether it improves your retrieval quality. So you no longer say that you just build a RAG. Now you can say that you experimented with RAG and you found out which design works better for your use case. That's it. That's for the first project. Let's move to the next one. This is more of a medium level project in Agentic AI, and this project is about building a multi-agent content pipeline. Now, I am a YouTuber and multiple other creators are out there who create contents on social media. Often we want to have a pipeline which can give us ideas around contents that needs to be posted on these social medias. And you want to build a pipeline which takes some input and builds multiple different posts on that particular input. Suppose you work with me and Vivek gives you a certain idea around, let's say, ICPC or competitive programming, and you take that as a feed, build 3-4 different posts for me that I can post on my LinkedIn, which are very information dense and are fact checked. So instead of asking one model to just deliver all of this stuff, you build multiple different agents. You create a researcher agent which gathers all the information about whatever is being talked about, a writer agent that creates the first draft, an editor agent which will review and critique on top of it, maybe a fact checker agent as well which will check if whatever is said is correct and is verified before publication. This can be built using any multi-agent framework that are available, for example LangGraph or Crew AI. The important skill is not about building any particular agent here. Anyone can say perform like a researcher or you are a researcher. The real skill is orchestration. What information moves across agents? What states are preserved? When should the process stop? What happens after editor rejects the draft? This is where most students become weak. Agents are in straight line. Agent 1 produces it, agent 2 receives it, agent 3 receives the final result. That's not how agents work. If agent 3 decides that this is not not good, and it should be able to send to agent 1, this is what a full agent loop looks like. So the writer and editor can go back and forth and review each other's work in this particular flow. So maybe allow 3 rounds to do that. Also, how can you track token usage, latency, and all these stuff on such a system? Then compare the system based on different prompt baselines. Did the multi-agent workflow improve, or was it just burning more tokens if you run it multiple times? You can discuss all these things with your interviewer, and it will be very worthwhile. Okay, so now let's start with the project 3. This is where things become very interesting. In fact, this is one of my personal favorite project out of all of the 5 that are listed here. The third project is about building autonomous coding agent with sandbox. So the user gives a task in plain English. For example, scrape product prices from a particular page on Amazon and generate a particular chart. The agent writes the Python code, runs it, observes the result, reads any error messages, modifies the code, tries again. This is the self-correction loop behind many modern coding agents. The central pattern is generally generate, then execute, then observe, based on that repair, and then repeat. This particular project would demonstrate how to do code generation, tool usage, how can your code deal with error recovery, stopping conditions, and iterative reasoning. This also combines very well with the other part, which is building a safety requirement. You can never execute model generated code by AI using the exec method. The model may generate codes that are dangerous, delete files, maybe consume excessive resources, or create infinite loops. For this, we create controlled environments in a Docker, an E2B, or some other required sandbox. We set the limit on execution time, the resources it can explore, network access, and the number of retries that it will do. Apart from this execution model, you'll also be building the recovery model, which is when you generate a code and it runs, it might fail with some error messages. You pass in the error message to the AI loop, and it will generate the new code which you will try again. You can set a maximum attempt of 3 tries. If the code fails even after that, your agent should stop and explain what went wrong. You can create a test set of coding agents and report things like resolved 78% of the runtime errors within the 3 attempts that were generated. Finally, record a short GIF of the agent making a mistake, reading the error message, and correcting the code, and then finally succeeding. Just put this GIF on your README on your GitHub repo and see what a beautiful project this would be like. Now, till this place, I feel the projects are at a medium level. If you go beyond this, the projects can come out to be a little harder and might take you multiple weeks to build. So the harder projects that you can build in your resume, which would guarantee a shortlist in most companies, most AI startups for sure, would be building agentic RAG systems over live data and memory. Instead of answering questions from a static PDF, your agent connects to a source that keeps changing dynamically. This could be Gmail, Notion, Jira, anything. Imagine asking this. Summarize what changed in the project X in this particular quarter and identify major risks. A basic RAG will just search on some documents and return some result on this. An agentic system first decomposes the question. It may internally ask what were the original project goals, what were tasks to be completed in this particular quarter, what deadlines changed, what blockers were reported, and all the stuff. Then the agent performs multiple tool calls, collect evidences, and synthesizes a final answer with citations to the right places. You can build the data connector to whatever source you are building using an MCP. You can also add a persistent memory to your system so that the system remembers useful informations across sessions. For example, if you yesterday said that project X was the most important project right now in the company, it should remember that in the next day. But be careful, memory cannot be like storing everything and every sentence that you have seen till now, right? You can build things like long-term and short-term memory and decide what goes where. You can use platforms like Langsmith to trace the whole path and show where things goes in the whole flow. You can build a very simple demo. The original question, the query rewrite or the planner's generated questions, tools that were called, evidences retrieved, what memory was used, and then the finally cited answer. This project combines everything: retrieval, planning, tool use, memory, multiple hop reasoning, and if you add observability, that too. This can possibly be the headline project of anyone wanting to break into agentic AI. So the fifth project, apart from this, which you can technically combine with this too, but I would say maybe you can start with that as a separate project, is about building an evaluated guardrail agent with the CI. This is something that converts a portfolio project into a production project. Take any agent you build and make it evaluated, guardrailed, and continuously tested. You can always build a simple demo, but then whenever you build any particular agent, you will always ask this question: what happens when the user tries to do prompt injection? What happens when retrieved documents contains malicious instructions? What happens when model exposes private information? What happens when an agent possibly does a risky action? I think you got the point, right? right? You have to add guardrails, input guardrails, common prompt injection techniques needs to be employed, redact personal identifiable informations from the outputs, and maybe add a simple output validation. For structured responses, validate responses. For citation based informations, verify whether what the citation is actually correct or not. For risky actions, create proper permissions layer, or maybe send an confirmation mail that whether you want to delete a database or not. For such actions, the agent should prepare the plan but should wait before the execution. Once this is done, you move into the evaluation suite. Include normal user requests, edge cases, adversarial prompts, missing data cases, and tool failures. Run these evaluations automatically on every good Git push using maybe a Git action. Put the passing badge automatically on your README. Track accuracy, refusal rates, latency, token usage, and everything in the pipeline. Now you can add in your README things like 14 out of 15 prompt ejections were blocked, reduced average costs per task by 32%, maintained 82% eval test cases pass across 120 test cases, things like this. This is the difference between someone who creates a demo and someone who creates a production ready environment. Remember this, shipping an agent is like building 20% of the happy path and 80% is just about controlling everything that can possibly go wrong. Great. So I think that should be the 5 projects that you can possibly build. 5 key takeaways that you can keep from this particular video. Number 1, do not build 5 shallow projects. Instead, build one good heavy project. It always gets you more shortlist. Rule 2, please prove everything with evidence. Build eval sets and run your agents or pipelines across it. Improved accuracy, that's not something a recruiter would be interested in. Do not write vague words in your resume. Failure handling is an art in my opinion, and a feature too. Your project in Agentic AI becomes impressive when you actually handle the failing cases. One more thing that I've seen is number 4, frameworks are tools, not skills. Knowing LangChain or Creo AI is useful, but most of the people are trying to gauge you on things like how much you understand about retrieval, states, orchestration, evals, and trade-offs. And I feel the 5th point that I've seen working the best is you should build projects which has stories. When in an interview, if you are able to showcase your project with a story on why you built this, what exactly did you learn, why did you choose certain thing, why did you take this trade-off, what was the hard part about the project, it always becomes more interesting. Okay, so that's the roadmap. 5 projects that I just showed you. Pick any one of them. If I would be in your place, if I have less time, probably I would have picked the first or the third. And if I were having over a month, I would probably build the 4th one. But again, all the 5s are really good. I have actually worked on things close to 3rd and 4th, so I can vouch for them that they are very, very impressive. If you want to come out as the most strongest agentic engineer, probably build 4 and 5 and combine them. You will show every possible skill that is there in the agentic stack: tool integration, memory, planning, multi-hop reasoning, evaluation, safety, and I would say production maturity. And it's very rare in any freshers portfolio in general, even for people with 3 to 4 years of experience in general. If you found this particular video to be valuable, make sure to subscribe to the channel because I'll keep creating more such content. If you want me to create more content regarding Agentic AI, happy to do so. Let me know what you want me to make videos on in the comments, and definitely comment which project do you think you want to build in the Agentic AI space. That's all for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.